Hi, you guys. So, this week on Obsessed with Coaching, you're going to hear from four-time top coach in the company, Melanie Mitro. She's amazing. She obviously knows what she's talking about if she has been number one coach in the company for 4 years. And I absolutely love the topic she's going to chat about today. It is all about Success Club, why it's important, and how to hit it. You guys, Success Club is seriously a game changer. This is something I was told from day one as a coach to hit every month. And, it's a great way to gauge like the growth in your business. So I did that. I have hit Success Club 10 or higher every single month since I've joined as a coach. So that's been over 3 years. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So this is going to be a great video, you guys. Awesome content. Let me know what you think and if you have any questions.
What's up, you guys? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody is having a great weekend, having a really great Memorial Day weekend. Obviously, we have an extra day off tomorrow, which is really nice. I'm sure a bunch of you guys are at barbecues and parties and all of those kinds of things. Obviously, the East Coast, it is a little bit later. So hopefully we get some people tuning in tonight. But we are going to have an amazing interview in just a minute. I am going to be speaking with Beachbody's four-time top coach, Melanie Mitro, and she is going to have so much amazing advice for you guys, which I can't wait for. We're going to be talking about Success Club, what it is, why it's so important for the growth of your business, and how to hit it. And I think these are really important things. And I'm going to make sure that when we speak with Melanie, that we very much relate it right now to this big opportunity that is sitting in front of you guys. With 1 week left in the month and the appearance that I have coming up on the Today Show, and how excited people are to sort of be a part of that, this is a really great time to help you grow your business and hit Success Club. And Melanie is joining us right now. There she is. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
How are you? Raise this up so my head isn't cut off.
I know. All right. You see me okay?
Sunday. Yes.
All right.
You guys, I also want to especially thank Melanie for jumping on with us tonight because it's her anniversary tonight and she's taken time out of her night to join us. So we're going to make obviously amazing use of this interview and this call and get you guys a lot of great information. I don't want to see. Hold on. I hope I don't accidentally close. Why is it showing me all these? There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. It was like showing me everybody's face that was popping on. And I was like, okay, we just want to see Melanie. I love you guys. But okay, so we're talking Success Club. Okay, and I know, let me just say this. We have, obviously, I think we have a lot of coaches joining the call that have been coaches for a while. But more importantly, I think we have a lot of newer coaches in this group. So not even everybody, I think, fully understands like all the different aspects of the business, right? When you're first getting started, it's like, what's going on? So Success Club, what is it? Let's just start with the basics.
All right, let's do it. So Success Club is like the basic level. If you say to yourself, like, if there's one thing as a new coach that I should focus on, it is that. And that is actually what I teach all of my brand new coaches, like right from the get-go. When you first sign up, you want to launch your business, but I want you to focus on getting 3 to 5 people to join a challenge group with you. And so that's Success Club. So Success Club basically is you earn points. You earn 2 points for every challenge pack that somebody purchases from you, for every Shakeology on Home Direct, for every Daily Sunshine on Home Direct is, so that is, you get your 2 points for your Home Direct orders. And when you get a total of 5, and you also have your own 90 PB of an HD order every month, then you achieve Success Club. And so that, as a brand new coach, if you do that your first 3 months as a coach, you become what's called a success starter, and you will earn your ticket to Coach Summit for next year for free. So it's a great incentive at the beginning, but it also is kind of that benchmark that says like, hey, I'm actually doing what a coach should do, and that is bringing people in, and this is how we reward you, is through Success Club.
Okay. So that's what it is, you guys. It's earning your points, obviously, selling the challenge packs, and getting new challengers. And I think for so many of the coaches, especially the ones watching, that is sort of, that's the challenge, right? Is how do I get people to join me? So we've been talking a lot the last few weeks about how to use their social media to share their story, about different ways of inviting people to the opportunity, both the opportunity of being a coach and the opportunity of participating in a challenge group. And obviously, we've been talking a lot about the fact that I'll be going on the Today Show next week, and we now have this massive group of people in Get Obsessed with Today, the big group, since the Today Show asked me to run it so they could peek in on that. So how can they sort of use, well, this opportunity, let's talk two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, how can they use this opportunity to end their month strong, right? Because they can still hit it.
Right.
They still got a week to hit it. And then how do they go about hitting Success Club in general? I see a few people commenting already, like, I've yet to hit Success Club since I've been doing this, so what am I doing?
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So first of all, everybody always says, oh, it's the end of the month, I'll just wait until June and then I'll just start fresh. No, like that's BS. Like you could literally, it's a decision to hit Success Club, and it's like the flip of a switch. And if you say to yourself, I'm going to do it, like you can make it happen. So I really want to challenge everybody in this group that even if you've been saying to yourself, I haven't hit Success Club and I've been a coach for a year, like you can change that. It is totally a choice. And the fact that you have this marketing ability, because Autumn will be on the Today Show, means there are eyeballs already on 80 Day Obsession. So what are people going to be doing? They're going to be searching the hashtags. So what are they going to be searching? 80 Day Obsession, 80 Day Obsession results, women's 80 Day Obsession transformation. What should you be using in every Insta story, in every Instagram post? You should be using those hashtags, right? So that is number one. Everybody that's out there, like, what is this thing that Autumn is doing and why is she on TV? They're going to be looking for information about it. So now this is your time to say to yourself, I mean, how many weeks are we into this group right now? Is this our fourth week? Fourth?
Fifth.
So
we are, yeah, we're in week 1 of phase 2. So this is our 5th.
So everybody should have phase 1 results that they can share if this isn't your second round. So, you know, you think about everybody is enjoying Memorial Day weekend. They're definitely overindulging. So tomorrow night, my challenge to you is you have your results either from phase 1 or from your first round. I want you to put it on your Insta stories, and I want you to put it on your Facebook, and I want you to put it on your Instagram, and I want you to tell your story. Tell your experience with 80 Day Obsession, how it's changed your life. Don't just say, buy this, but I want you to talk about your personal experience, how it has changed you. Do you have kids? Do you not have kids? And then use those hashtags. And then invite people to join. Your very last sentence or the very last thing you put in your Insta stories should be an actual invitation to get more information. So you can do that tomorrow night because everybody will have overindulged to be thinking about now they got to get back on track. But then you have Tuesday, you have Transformation Tuesday, you have Throwback Thursday. So use all of these sort of days within the week to tell your story. Even if you are just finishing phase 1, talk about what strength you've gained in the first month, how you've gained control of your nutrition, how your energy level has changed, and really think about what your audience might be struggling with. Give them an invitation to join you. So people really want to see that somebody else other than Autumn, who is the superstar, has had success with this program, and you have the ability to do that, right? So I just want you to engage in conversation and get people's email addresses so that you can go back and forth and have a conversation with them about it. So that's kind of the starting point.
And really quickly, just to add to that, you guys, you also, like some people I know are like, oh, I don't have a big transformation. I didn't have a lot of weight to lose. You have something that you can share, like Melanie said, whether it's your energy, your sleep, something. And if you want to post that big aha transformation, they're out there. We've talked about this. I posted like 50 of them in this group. So there's photos that you can use, that you can grab and say, look at how great this person did. And I not only posted 80-day results, I posted phase 1 progress results too. So don't be afraid to grab those and use those and just say, like, look at all these transformations that are happening.
That's a really good point. And I did that with 80 Day Obsession when it launched. I took all of the transformations of people from the test group that I could find. I created a photo album on my Facebook page, and then I told their story. So in each of the stories, I talked about who they were. Did they have kids? How old they were? Did they work full time? So I could just kind of talk to all the different people that might be there. And at the end of every one, if you don't have sort of like an application. You can create it on a Google form, or Wufoo is a great application, but you just want people to fill it out so that now you have their email address and kind of their concerns and what interests them in the program. And so then you can start those conversations. So at the end of every transformation in your album, put your link to fill out an application. You could do the same thing on Insta stories, same exact thing. Go to my bio, fill out the application, I'll give you more information. So, you know, you can do it no matter what platform you're on, you want to direct people back.
You guys, this topic of having a form for people to fill out comes up every single week.
Does it?
So by now, if you guys haven't created it, let me just say this, and this will just be my tough love speech really quick. If you haven't created a Wufoo form or a Google Doc for people to fill out, you are not being honest with yourself about how hard you're working, because I think every coach that we've spoken to at every level has made it very clear that this is what they're doing to get people's information. So if you're not doing it, you're a step behind everybody else, because they have no real way to get in contact with you. They can direct message you, but that's like, you have to ask a question, they have to respond, and it's a much more it doesn't look as professional. So
yep. Yeah,
so,
and it takes,
once again, do it.
yeah, and I teach it, when a new coach signs up, that is in the prep task before they even go into the training. I make them fill out a Wufoo, like make the Wufoo applications and put a link tree in their bio of their Instagram. So that is like basic level getting started, and it actually it's efficiency, right? I mean, many of you work full time, so this takes out all that back and forth conversation if you have the application process.
So I see a question that comes up a lot, and we've gotten this on almost every interview we've done. For newer people that don't have big following, that they feel like the same few people are seeing their stuff every week. Now, we've talked a lot about this, right? Like last week, you guys, we were talking with Jen about, you know, liking other people's photos, commenting on other people's photos. Don't coach a coach, or don't coach somebody that already has a coach, but like searching Kayla Idstein's people and the Tone It Up Girls people, like those are people you can go sort of encroach on a little bit. But do you have any other advice for that, for like as they're building their social media?
Yeah, so one thing that really works well is using hashtags. So you can take your hashtag, for example, 80-day obsession, and let's say you don't want your Insta story to look like a bunch of junk with all these like hashtags all over the place. If you write 80-day obsession and then you shrink it super tiny, like I usually hide it in the TV screen where Autumn is in the back of me, nobody can tell it's there. So I'll do 80-day obsession, I'll do time nutrition, I always tag my location, so Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so now when that pops up in people's searches, if they're looking for something, your stuff will come up. And you may notice I pay attention as a new coach. It was like I watched my likes like a hawk. And if a new person liked my post, I would send them a message. Thank you so much for liking my post. You know, how did you find me? Are you on your fitness journey? So I was constantly looking for new people. On Facebook, I tag people all the time. So if you have, you know, success partners or your spouse, or not success partners, but other challengers in your challenge groups, I would shout out, you know, congratulations, so-and-so for losing X amount of pounds, or our challenge group has lost 20 pounds in phase 1. And I would tag all of my challengers. Well, guess what? All of their friends are now seeing it. And they would be like, you know, Jamie, what are you doing? And so then it was either I was going to get them to coach, or I was going to say, hey, do you want to be in my challenge group? So I'd friend request everybody. So in my mind, every post I do, my goal is to try to get people to respond in some way, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. So I think you just really do have to kind of take a step back and say, I need to become a professional friend maker, and I need to attract people to me. And those are some of the things that really work well for me at the beginning.
I love that. Okay, so we have a question. Someone says, if someone messages you asking about your challenge group, do you automatically send them the form to fill out? Or do you send them an invite to, what does it say? Do you send them an invite, someone and they express interest? How do you word it?
So if somebody would say, I'm interested in the program, then I would say to them, I would ask them, hey, perfect, can you fill out this application? Because then I can get some information about what you're struggling with, what you've been currently doing, and then it will help me make a recommendation to make sure this is the right program for you. And then I just send them that link to fill it out. That's how I respond. I don't do anything more than that.
I think you guys, I think that's like such great advice, because here's the thing. So often we want to overcomplicate it, and it's not. It's just having a conversation. And like we've talked about so many times, if you just have that conversation as if it's your friend, like somebody you know, and you talk to them like it's somebody you know, it makes it so much more comfortable and so much less salesy. So I think that that's like so important to recognize, is that, you know, Melanie's going to give you guys great tips, but you can't word it the exact way she words it. You have to word it your way. It has to be in your voice. So that's really important to remember. Would you ask to get on the phone with them instead?
If that's what you, I mean, if that's the way you want to do it, you know, some people really feel like they shine when they get on the phone. And so if you feel like, maybe you have them fill out the form, and just so you can get some information about them, and then you can say, hey, you know, I've got 10 minutes. Do you want me just to jump on the phone and explain the program? And so, yes, if that's where you shine, perfect. If that's not your jam and that makes you uncomfortable, I don't think you have to do that to be successful. It's just another option for you.
Yeah, I think that's so great. So with like sort of like we said, 1 week to go. I hear I always hear you guys like, I hit Success Club 5 or 10 or 20. Like, what would be the first goal to hit? Like, is there a certain like Success Club minimum that you need to hit first? Let's start.
Yeah, 5. You have to hit 5. That is your bare minimum, and that would basically be you just bringing in 5 new customers every single month. I mean, that's, if you're saying to yourself, like, I really want to grow a big business, or I want to be on the fast track to success, it should never be anything less than 10. The minute you hit 10, you should try to get 15. So, like, you should always be trying to one up your month from 1 month to the next. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't hit my Hit Success Club my first month as a coach. I had 1 sale the first month I was a coach, and my sister-in-law bought Shakeology. I made $27, right? So if you were like me and had a slow start, that's okay. It's not a predictor of future success, but I was very consistent. I was relentless, you know, in it. But you really do, like, 5 is your benchmark, and then you want to move up from there. So what can we do? Because we only have a couple of days left. I want you to sit down. I want you to pull out your list of everybody you've ever talked to about any program at this point, right? And I want you to follow back up with all of those people. And you can send it all right now. You could do it tomorrow morning. But I just want you to say, okay, number 1, if you don't have a challenge group start date chosen, or if you're going to do the Today Show one,
then you should, because you all should hopefully be pushing for a June 4th start date, right? That's the big thing that we're sort of using to leverage right now.
Right. And so is June 4th your like day 1, or is that like your preseason?
That is their day 1.
Okay.
We didn't get a big jump because obviously the Today Show opportunity came sort of quickly.
Gotcha.
So, but the good news is that although our day 1 is June 4th, I'm adding people to the group through June 11th.
Okay.
So as coaches, they sort of get an extra bonus week, and I will start posting in the group, although nobody else can. I will start posting prep material.
Okay.
Like, here's what you need to know about the nutrition. So you know, they should, and we've been talking about this for a few days now, so hopefully they were getting their groups set up. And
okay, so I think you'd be fine. I think as soon as somebody purchases, you put them in that group, but even run your own little tiny accountability group where even though they've got, you know, you have Autumns, but you want to keep a good close handle on your people. So you can be feeding them prep stuff, and if they're purchasing between now and, you know, Wednesday, they're probably not going to have their loops and sliders in time for June 4th, but that's okay. You're going to work with them to get them started. It'll be fine. So pick your start date, June 4th, June 11th. So that's always first. And then don't say to yourself, well, if I get people, I'll run a group. You're going to say to yourself, I will have 5 people to join this group. Like, I will, and I won't stop until I get there. Then you're going to take out your list of everybody that's ever expressed interest, and you're going to send them a follow-up. Hey, you know, remember we talked at the beginning of May, you were interested in 80-day obsession. The timing wasn't right. Hey, this is the opportunity. We're getting ready to partner with Autumn and do this brand new group. It's going to be awesome. Maybe the timing is right now. Would you like to join? I just want you to follow up with everybody. You can voice message it over Facebook Messenger. You can type an email. You can send a text. But I literally want you to do as many as you can. That's number one. Then I want you to post on your social media. Maybe you go live. Like live video is even better because when people can hear your passion, that always comes out a little bit more. And then I want you to do public invites every single day from now until the end of the month, right? And then everybody that likes, everybody that comments, I want you to reach out to those people. And don't prejudge. You may say to yourself, oh, I don't know, so-and-so is already in shape. I don't know if they would want to do this group. Don't prejudge. You don't know. Maybe they actually hate their fitness routine right now and they're looking to switch it up, right? So I want you just to message everybody that likes your post. Do a poll on Instagram. Do like a little series where you talk about your results, then you talk about other people's results. You maybe do a couple of pictures of what a typical day of eating looks like with 80-day obsession, and then a poll. Would you be interested in learning more about this program? Yes or no, or not yes or no. Yes and absolutely. Don't give them an option to choose. No, just give them two positive answers. You go through that. Everybody that fills out the poll, don't even prejudge. Send them a DM through Instagram and ask them like, hey, I saw you filled out the poll. Would you like some more information? All right. So, and then I'm trying to think, what is the last thing? Oh, you could host a live Q&A session. So maybe create an event on Facebook and just say, hey, you know, here's what's going on. Autumn's going to be on the Today Show. We're getting ready to launch another round of 80-day obsession. You've been watching me go through phase 1. If you're curious, I'm going to host a Q&A where I talk about the program. I'm going to go through like a sample day of nutrition, and maybe you give away like packets of Energize to anybody that buys a challenge pack, right? And you can buy the little like sample packets, but that's another way to get people that might be interested to just engage with you some way. So, and then I would wait until you get to like the last day, maybe on the 30th, you kind of do like a flash sale of some sort where maybe you give away a shaker cup or you give away something special or buy like those motivational tanks that you can get at Target for $10 and a little handwritten card and a packet of Energize, you know, to the next person that buys their challenge pack in the next 24 hours. So honestly, sometimes people just want a sale. They just want a deal. They want a free shirt or something extra. And sometimes those little like giveaways will get people to make that purchase. So you just have to be creative with it. So those are some of my tips for you.
I love that. It's so much thinking outside the box, you guys. That's really what it comes down to is the sky is the limit. Nothing is off limits, really. You try it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, cool, move on to the next thing. That's one of the ways, like whenever people talk to me about like how I've ended up where I am is like, I had a million things I tried and didn't work. It's just, you have to keep trying new things. And the other thing is you got to fake it till you make it. So I know a lot of people hesitate to do like a live training because they're like, well, 2 people will tune in or I don't have anybody to tune in. You know what? We all have friends and family on Facebook and Instagram. So if you need to call your friends and your family up and be like, I need you to log on to my Facebook thing, even if you're not watching it and you're doing something else, I just need to see that, you know, another number up there so that other people maybe tune in or it doesn't look like nobody was watching. That's what you do. Yep. You fake it till you make it. And eventually other people will start tuning in and be like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
So yep. I think all of this is great. You guys, here's the thing. I know normally our interviews are like crazy long. Like we normally like talk for like an hour. But we don't have to beat a dead horse. Like sometimes we talk for an hour because, you know, we were talking like super social media and all these different things. And I see a lot of questions coming up on here. A lot of people saying, can you share the form?
Oh, yeah.
You guys, again, I'm sure that Melanie probably could share the forms, but
you can go find them.
One of those things where, yeah, I almost don't want her to. You need to invest and not have somebody do the work for you. You need, if you really want to run a business, this is a hard lesson I learn all the time, man. You got to do it yourself sometimes because you need to learn. You need to learn, this is what I need to put on my form, not this like, oh, I just mimic this other person's form. You need to Google stuff if you need to Google it and learn how to do it and like make your errors because that's how you get better. I think, let's see. I'm going to ask you just like 2 or 3 questions that I saw on your Melanie, okay. And then I'm going to let you.
I will tell you with the going live thing that the first time I did a live video, I did a business opportunity presentation and nobody got on. And the one thing I remember saying to myself was, I am going to practice this like 100 people are on here, because, instead of saying, oh, nobody showed up, I'll just end it early. I did the whole thing. I downloaded it and then I sent it out to every single person that said they were interested but didn't show up because maybe they got busy or their kids got sick. And then I was able to share the recording, but also I was able to say, okay, I didn't like how that sounded. And so then I did it again the next week. And I was able to get better because I took that leap of faith. And you can't be afraid of failure. You can't be afraid of what other people will think. And the only way you'll ever be successful in this business is if you fail your way forward. And for the application, guys, if you really want to find my application, if you go to my link tree on my Instagram, you can click on it and it is right there. It's also on my blog too. So all you have to do, and if you look at any of the coaches that probably have spoke on these calls and you go to our Instagram bio, you can literally duplicate. Okay, what's Linktree? Google it, pull it up. Oh, that's not so hard. Like, just go and look at what everybody else is doing and just put it into your own words and make it yours.
Yeah, you guys, it's all right there. It's just a matter of, I joke about this a lot that like, and I'm not being mean or putting anybody down, and I'm not speaking about this group, but I'll get messages on Instagram all the time. Like, I'll post something, like a recipe, like I'll post a photo of food and I'll like put the recipe or something, and I'll get 40 people going, what's the recipe? And I'm like, it's in the comments. Like, what, you want me to private message you the recipe? Like, it's right there. So don't be that person. Like, it's right there. It's all out there in front of you. You got to do a little bit of the research, right? Mm-hmm. We're giving you all the tools. We're telling you what's there. So one of the questions somebody's asking is, how many follow-ups is too many? And I'm going to combine it with another question I saw, which is somebody said they've followed up with somebody 3 months in a row, and every month they get an excuse.
Keep following up with them. So this is what I tell my team. I go, you follow up until they tell you to take them off the list. So I will, and I put everybody into my email, and every month I will go down through and I will send a follow-up. And I will actually say at the end, if you don't want to get my emails anymore, just respond back and I will take you off my list, right? And so every month they do, and people will tell me, thanks so much, now it's not a good month, maybe next month. And then I'll say, perfect, I'll follow up with you when I start my next group. And I do. And honestly, because I keep track of it, sometimes it's 6 months later and they're like, okay, now I'm ready. So just keep following up. You are not going to annoy people. Like, they'll just ignore you until they're ready. And that's fine, you know? And here's another good example. My coach followed up with me 7 times, maybe more, till I said yes. I told her no. So you got to follow up a lot. Did I answer both questions? I can't remember.
Yes, okay. You did. No, that was great. Somebody's asking, so do you offer referral bonuses? And you said basically yes, or like sort of purchase now bonuses. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that goes hand in hand with even what we talked about in like incentivizing in your challenge group once they're in there to keep people active. Look, unfortunately, everybody wants something, like a little something for free. It doesn't have to be a big something. It doesn't have to cost you a lot, but it is little investments into your business that you're making so you can grow your business. Right. And that's important. Somebody said, I offered a free bag of Shakio. It didn't work for me, but I keep trying. That's great.
Yeah. And I would say, you know, even in my challenge groups, when it gets close to the end of the first month, or when you're going to advertise, like, just go into your challenge group and say, hey guys, I'm getting ready to start my next group on June 11th or June 4th. Like, if you know of anybody that has asked you what you're doing and you think they would be interested, please connect me with them, you know, and I will give you a referral bonus. Maybe it's like an Amazon gift card, or, you know, send them something, like, you know, so anything. Like, it doesn't have to be this big, elaborate, like a bag of Shakeology is an expensive giveaway. It definitely doesn't need to be that much, but just ask. Like, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah. One of the questions we're getting is if you could give yourself advice when you first started coaching, what would it be?
If I could give myself advice.
Yeah, if you could sort of go back and give, like, being where you are now, if you could look back.
Yeah.
What would be the advice you would give?
So this is probably the best advice I ever got, and it was from reading The Compound Effect. And I'll never forget, there's a chapter in there called Pumping the Well. And they talk about, and the author talks about just this concept of a well, and how you really have to have faith in your business. You have to have, it's not, and I can remember, like, it wasn't 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It wasn't like, I'm going to give this business 6 months, and if I don't succeed, then I quit. It was like, I believe that at the bottom of that well, that there is water. And I literally feel like I pumped that handle of that well with 100% belief that I was going to change somebody's life without looking back. And it was like that one little droplet, right? My sister-in-law bought a bag of Shakeology. I didn't even get a Success Club point for it, but I was so excited that I got that commission. And I kept with that same consistent effort and pressure, despite the hundreds of no's that I got in the first month, despite everybody telling me they couldn't afford it, or they were going to the gym, or they drank this shake. You know, I just kept saying, I believe in what I'm doing, and I believe that I'm doing a really good thing for somebody. And so that same consistent effort started to produce Success Club 5 the next month, right? And it was hard work. But what ended up happening is the more consistency that I had with my invites, the better I got at doing live videos, the better I got at follow-ups, the more people I talked to. I was still applying the same consistent effort every day, but now it was becoming easier, and the water was flowing from the well, and it was like, you just have to stick it out until you find your rhythm, your flow, your voice, but you have to believe without a shadow of a doubt that you can have success in this business too. And so that, if you haven't read that book, go read it. And if you've read it, go back and reread the chapter of Pumping the Well, because that is the one piece of advice that people just give up too soon. And then it's right there for you. You just got to give it a little bit more time. So I hope that that's helpful.
Yeah, we see that so much, right? We see the meme out there of like the diamond digger who quits right before they find the diamond. And like, I mean, you heard on our very first interview, my sister Kaylee talk about it. She's under Melanie. I mean, Melanie can tell you for like a year and a half, her and I were both like, will you just do this business, Kaylee? And it was like, she kept quitting before she could get any momentum. And it was like, you can't quit on yourself. Quitting is the only sure way that you will fail. Right. If you keep working, something is bound to happen. But you have to truly do the work. Like really, it's called work. Like it's not supposed to just fall in your lap. Yep. You got to put the time in. So I think that that's really great. Do you have any other advice for them on hitting Success Club, or why it's so important for growing their business before we wrap up for the night?
So I just think sometimes it's an abstract concept for a new coach to say, you know, how is just this Success Club really going to make a difference, you know? And so I think about, for me, you know, Success Club at the beginning was kind of me proving to myself that I could do the business. It also meant every month that I had new customers coming in. So my customers from last month, if they canceled their Shakeology, if they put something on hold, I wasn't counting on my first month people. I now had a new wave. So it meant that I was constantly filling my funnel with new people. It also was like, I needed to earn that Success Club trip that first year, because for me, it was something I could earn. It was that sense of like, I did this. I earned a trip for my family, something that we couldn't afford for ourselves. And so I actually put a visual. At that time, it was Disney. You know, next year is the cruise. If you're not on that wait list, you need to put yourself on there. Put a picture of the boat as the screensaver on your computer. And then you tell your kids, like, Mommy's got to go work because I'm taking you on that trip next year, you know? And I would say to myself, okay, if I don't hit Success Club, I'm going to have to walk out there and tell my kids, like, Mommy just screwed up. We're not going to Disney next year. And so for me, that gave me internal motivation to know that I was doing something for my family. It helped with like the guilt of taking time away from them to build my business. I was earning a steady income, so it meant that I was doing the right things month after month after month, and I was building momentum. So Success Club is sort of that cornerstone. And then once you can start nailing that down, then I want you to challenge yourself. Okay, can I start adding coaches to my team? Can I start duplicating this? So it's just like, you can't build this big business. You can't have a team until you have mastered the foundation. And so you are literally building the concrete foundation of your business when you think of Success Club that way. And if you can get into that mindset, everything else begins to fall into place.
I love it, you guys. It's really just that simple. Like I said, there's really no reason for us to like beat a dead horse on this one. Like, those are the basics of it. You're hearing the same things over and over again. And I don't think they're getting redundant. I think it's great because they're being reinforced. And I think you're getting a little bit different from every coach, how they go about it. So that's great. So, you know, we do a challenge every week because I like to incentivize you guys. And I know I need to put up my post for this past week's challenge, and I will. I'll get there. I'll do it when we end this. But this coming week's challenge is this, and it's going to be a harder one. Like, they're not all going to just be like, go share on social media. Your goal is to hit Success Club 5. So what's today? Sunday?
Yep.
Next week, I'll give you a full week. So I'll give you till next Sunday. I'll put up a post. Who hit Success Club 5 in May? Look, you might have already earned it. If you did, great. I'm not saying who hit it in the last week of May. I'm just saying who hit it in May, because May is when we've been doing all of this. So hopefully all of this is building. You've got one more week and just this much extra knowledge to go do it. So you've got another week. You got the Today Show back in you basically to help you use that as momentum. And I'll be asking you guys next Sunday who hit it. So you guys take everything you're learning, go back every single week. I'm doing wrap-ups or sort of summaries of each coach's tips. They're in the photo albums. You can look through them all. Melanie, I'll get hers from her, and I'll put those up as fast as possible so you guys have those too. And just keep doing it. Let's thank, somebody said Success Club 22 as of today. Amazing job.
And I feel
thank you, Melanie, for coming on with us, sharing your evening, your Memorial Day, and your anniversary with us.
Absolutely. Let me give you guys one more just piece of advice. If you haven't read the book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, I'm going to actually ask you to read that book if you are having trouble with getting your business momentum going. And I know Autumn challenged you, but if you've already hit Success Club, I actually want to challenge you to double that between now and the 31st. So if you've hit 5, I want you to do 5 in the next 4 days. And then I want you to comment back that you have done that. So that is my challenge, because I know you can do it. You're probably selling yourself short. So I believe in you, and I want to see you guys do it.
I love that. I love it. Go get them, you guys. You have all the momentum behind you. Thank you for coming on with us. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in right now, and we will all talk again next Sunday. Have a great week. I'll talk to you guys later. Melanie, have a great night.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, so how amazing is this opportunity? I mean, we've got the Today Show, like a national morning show, talking about 80-Day Obsession. And you are obsessed with coaching. So this is an amazing opportunity for you to invite people to not only take advantage of this incredible program that Autumn has created, but it's an opportunity for you to say that you're participating with the Today Show in the Get Obsessed with Today round of 80-Day Obsession. So I did a little description up there, but as you know, Autumn's going on the Today Show on June 4th, and the Today Show has invited, when they invited some viewers to apply and see who wanted to participate in this thing, they were like blown away with the thousands of people that said that they wanted to participate. So they said, hey, Autumn, would you create a virtual group to help more of our the thousands of people who applied to get results? And she said, okay, as long as she could also put that, open it up to coaches to bring your challengers to the same group. So she started a group called Get Obsessed with Today, and now you have the opportunity to go on Instagram, go on Facebook, and tell people that you're setting up a challenge group that is going to be overseen by Autumn, but also seen by the Today Show producers as they look for more evidence and examples of the power of a good nutrition program and a good fitness program put together to help people get healthy, transformative, visible results. So you're in this group for a reason. You are obsessed with coaching, and there's very few opportunities like this where you can cite the excitement of a national TV show that Autumn's going to be going on 5 times over the course of the summer. Imagine, you get to like have a viewing party when she goes on the Today Show on June 4th and say, like, if you're inviting this weekend and all week, you can tell people, all right, get your stuff, get signed up, get the challenge pack. Autumn's going to talk about the performance line in Shakeology, hopefully on the show. If they let her, they've already asked her for samples. So they'll have like a product table set up. So you get your group lined up and you say, okay, guys, we're going to watch the weekly obsession, the Prepare to Get Obsessed videos, but also just to kick it off, on June 4th, let's all watch the Today Show together so that we're all in it together. And the producers are going to be watching your group for the kind of results that they get. So anyway, this is like a first for the company that I couldn't be more excited about and more proud that Autumn and the development team and the marketing team got this together and gave us this opportunity here in the last week of May for everybody who wants to achieve Success Club and everybody who wants a little bit more influence and leverage to be able to get people off the fence and get them started with this program. Nothing like being able to say, well, let's do it. Let's get obsessed with today. The Today Show is going to be involved in this. So I just think it's a terrific opportunity, and I hope you guys take advantage of it. So I know it's a holiday weekend, but that's a great weekend to be able to talk to people about why you look so good and how excited you are about the results that you're seeing in this group and elsewhere that people are getting with this program. Talk it up. Go on Instagram stories. Go on Facebook. And you got to get the word out. If you are truly obsessed with coaching and you're getting all these great tips from all the coaches, it only benefits you if you put it into action. And there's nothing like a little urgency to help you put it into action, right? So get online this weekend, show people you're doing your workouts, go on Instagram stories, show them you're doing the workouts, show them how you're meal prepping, and invite them to your June 4th challenge group. And get them and send them a link to the Facebook group called Get Obsessed with Today, so that they can have your challengers can not only get support from you, but also the trainer herself. This is an incredible opportunity. We already have over 11,000 people in that group. It's an open group, so you can even get past challengers to come in there. Just get them back, make sure they get the performance line, make sure they get their Shakeology, and let's take advantage of this. It's a great opportunity. I want you to have a great weekend, but I also want you to achieve your goals with this business. So I wanted to get on here, remind you that results only come from action. They never happen by mistake. And this is an opportunity for you to take action. So get out there and do it. I'll be watching to see who's posting on Instagram stories. Feel free to tag me. I'd love to see what you're doing. And let's see how many people we can get obsessed with today. Go get them.
All right, you guys.
Sorry, you guys. I don't know what video you just watched. You got an extra video there, which I don't think is a bad thing. That was Carl Deichler. I was just doing, ooh, my computer's really shaking. I was just doing a go live for a new coach training, so I lost track of time. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed both of those videos and have an awesome day.